is that big breaking news which is coming in. Times now has managed to access TTD's report to Chief Minister Naidu and the steps which must be taken in the aftermath of this row. Let me go across to Shomit, who's managed to access this for us. Deepak is also joining us along with Swati. Shomit, if you can tell us what really are the recommendations which the board has made.
Well, actually, in July, the TTD has sent after collecting the samples to the National Dairy Development Board to ensure that they will be getting the precise results, because we don't have the mechanism in Andhra or Telangana or in the neighboring states, even in the south, down south. No company or the board is having, or any laboratory is having that mechanism to test whether the ghee is adulterated, yes or no. So basically, initially, after the EO was changed, after Chandrababu Naidu has formed the government, he immediately asked the then EO, Dharma Reddy, to go on leave, and the present EO, Shyamala Rao, has he got some suspicion, and then he collected 4 samples and sent to the National Dairy Development Board, and then NDDB has tested it and sent back the 4 results, and the conclusion was very much clear that foreign fat was found, and the results and also the equations were not adding up when it comes to the method which is prescribed by. So if we see about this report, because 5 team members were constituted, and we have put out that a couple of days back when the TTD has formed the 5 members doctors team to look into the allegations of adulterated ghee. So they have asked the TTD, that's basically given the expert committees, a special I'll just go through it. A specialized committee was established to study the ghee production. This is what the report actually states, which was submitted to the Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu, and there are 5 doctors in it, and mainly the objective is very much clear that the ghee should be very pure, and also TTD should ensure that the ghee should be procured from the companies which are located 800 kilometers, less than 800 kilometers. So even if the TTD takes this into the consideration, and also if the Chief Minister takes this into the consideration, then companies like Alpha and also other companies which have supplied, or also one of the company now supplying from the Delhi or Uttar Pradesh, and they might also lose this contract. So they've also suggested that ghee should be sourced from the dairies which is located within a radius of 800 kilometers, and also the butter used should be ripened with a select starter culture and boiled at 120 degrees Celsius to achieve the desired aroma and flavor aligning with the regional preferences. So mainly these 2 to 3 main suggestions have been given by the expert committee, and also apart from this, the other 4 samples reports were also submitted to the Chief Minister, and also the fresh one which was conducted just a couple of days ago, and which is also adding up with all the equations, and also which also shows that that is the purest ghee, and also that report was given by the NDDB.
Okay, so that report was given earlier. In fact, let me go across to Swati. Swati, can you get us some of the salient features as well?
Absolutely. We've accessed the report, and this is what the expert committee has suggested. These are the highlights. So this is what they say will be followed in the future to ensure there's no adulteration. Inspection of the tender qualified dairy shall be carried out for technical capability and capacity to produce and supply cow ghee of good quality using an objective scoring model. The suppliers of cow ghee will be regularly monitored through verification of records pertaining to cow milk procurement, cow ghee production, quality reports, etc., and by conducting surprise inspection and surveillance audit. So it's making it very clear that you'll have to conduct surprise inspection and surveillance audits to ensure there's no adulteration. And then in the other pointers that have been highlighted, like Somit just pointed out, they are also making it mandatory and are proposing that the cow ghee needs to be procured from dairies that are located within a radius of 800 kilometers from Tirumala and located in the cow milk shed regions. There are some guidelines here about the temperature at which the ghee should be boiled. And then most importantly here, they talk about a sensory panel that should be formed with a scientific lab for giving score on hedonic scale, and at least 7 should be scored against 9-point scales. So these are some of the highlights as far as the suggestions coming in from the expert committee is concerned.
Well, thank you so much, Swati, for getting us. In fact, amidst this Tirupati Prasadam controversy that we have seen breaking out, there is also a purification ceremony that I was telling you earlier about, that is currently underway. In fact, the TTD has performed a homam ceremony. So let me go across. These are the visuals on your screens. Of course, you can see from inside the temple where the purification ceremonies are being conducted. Let me go across to Deepak. He's joining us live from inside the temple itself. Deepak, this kind of a purity ceremony which is being carried out to purify what they have said, the impurities which may have happened with the prasad. But you must explain to us, has that helped assuage some of the fears, the anger of the devotees there?
Well, I've been speaking to some of the devotees while I've been here from early this morning about this ritual that's taking place. They're saying, well, on a devotional level, probably it's important, but they're saying what's more important is for the government to take stringent measures to ensure that like something like this does not happen, which affects the faith of the devotees who come here, because they take home the prasadam not just for themselves but for their family members, for their loved ones, with so much of devotion, with so much of faith, and they feel that somewhere that has been dented. And right now they're happy on one hand. Of course, this Homa was conducted inside. It has just concluded. We of course spoke to the priest as well, who spoke to us at length about various rituals according to the temple traditions that were conducted. It was of course spearheaded by the lead priest of Tirumala Devasthanams, and many other priests, of course about 8 of them, along with several advisors, joined in this ceremony. There were various rituals that started at as early as 5:40 this morning. It went on till about 11. We saw them, of course, come out just about an hour ago. Even now, they did go around the temple premises. There are multiple other temples, of course, inside Tirumala itself, apart from the main sanctum sanctorium of Lord Venkateshwara. So they did visit everywhere. And now we've been told that they believe that the purification process is complete. Apart from that, the new suppliers have also been identified, and they've also tested the samples from the new suppliers, and they believe that has completely concluded. As we now speak, you can see these visuals. This is, of course, of the lead priest and the others who are part of the rituals. After completion of the entire process, they are now returning. Let me try and get in a word from some of the priests here. Sir, आप बता सकते हैं कि आज जो process हुआ था, what was the entire process? If any of you can give us a little bit of a detail.
You can ask Pradhan Archakas there.
Okay, right in the front. Okay, we'll try and get it from the chief priest. He's just walked right ahead of us. We will try and get in a word from him about the process that was undertaken here today. Let me try and get in a word as he, of course, walks a little away. We'll try and speak to some of the others who are a part of this. Sir, if any of you could, if you could just give us a little bit of an idea of what process was undertaken today inside.
Go please here.
Okay, it looks like they, of course, at this point in time, want only the chief priest to respond to what the rituals were. But while we did speak to them earlier, they were primarily saying it was a host of rituals, and this is in line with the temple traditions that were undertaken. And right now that process has been completed, and they're hoping that after this they will be able to ensure that the quality of the ingredients is maintained. Some of the devotees were also of the opinion that establishing a testing center within the temple premises is going to be important, because that would ensure that there could be immediate testing that could be done of the ingredients instead of sending it elsewhere, which would take time in turn to come back, and those ingredients could be used in the prasadam, which could again be distributed, and the whole purpose is lost. And that's where they believe that establishing a unit like what there is in Gujarat or in Mysore to test the ingredients here inside the temple itself would be important. And considering the amount of funding that this particular board receives, that would not be a humongous task for them if they actually put their mind to it. It's of course right now about how efficiently and how quickly they will be able to do these things. And right now the SIT formed, of course, will look into the lapses. Meanwhile, they should also, of course, be the focus should also be on ensuring the quality of ingredients, and the testing done periodically is done at utmost priority.
Oh, that's very interesting that they are now saying that there should be a testing lab within the temple premises itself to ensure that there is no impurity in the prasadam. In fact, do stay on with us, Deepak as well as Shomit. Let's get our viewers some of the reports that are coming in right now.
I'm now standing inside one of the laddu counters here at Tirupati, and you can see, of course, the big laddu that costs 200 rupees, the small laddu at 50, and there's also sugar candy and vada that's available. And these are the famous Tirupati laddus that the devotees come here on a daily basis. After, of course, seeking the blessings of Lord Venkateshwara, they go back home with the prasadam. It's not just, of course, for themselves, but for their entire family and friends that they take back this prasadam. Now, with the adulteration controversy, with the government saying that they'll form an SIT, with the Homa that's being undertaken today, a purification process of sorts. Let's speak to the devotees once again and try to understand. Today, a purification process, a Homa is being undertaken here at the temple. Did you get to see that?
Yeah.
What was exactly happening, and overall, what do you make of the controversy?
The controversy has actually affected us a lot in a very big way. So what we expect the TTD to do is to, whatever ingredients we get for the laddu, right? So we want them to be tested right here rather than testing somewhere else. So whatever ingredients come separately, right? Before making into laddus or any type of prasadam, all the devotees would expect them to be tested prior.
Okay, so that there's no reason to worry at any point in time, you say.
Yes.
Today, as far as this Homa, the purification.
Well, in fact, let me go across to R. Rajagopalan, who's joining us, a senior journalist. Mr. Rajagopalan, now we know that there is an SIT, but it's also interesting the kind of observations, recommendations that the TTD board has given to the Chief Minister. One of them is to set up an in-house testing facilities, because right now there's still version versus version as to what really happened last time around.
Meghna, it has become a political issue. The Tirupati Laddu Prasadam has become a controversy among the Hindu faith, lot of devotees. What Mr. Chandrababu Naidu has also done is also absolutely SIT report, which has given report to the government, should also speak about the holding is the Goshala for Tirupati Devasthanam itself. Why can't the Tirupati Devasthanam buy some 1,000 cows from various parts of India and keep them in and prepare ghee and, butter, etc. Why should it depend on others? For example, ISKCON temple in Bangalore, in Chennai, in Delhi, they have Gausala. The Gausala having some 50 cows. Similar things should happen. Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, should also consider having a Gausala within the complex of Tirupati Devasthanam. But it has become a political issue. Jagan Reddy has been put in a tight spot because it has become a Hindu versus Christian, Hindu versus Muslim issue. The Laddu has turned into a political issue. Whatever the sanctorum is being purified today, same thing Mr. Yogi Adityanath did when he took over from Akhilesh Yadav. He wanted to purify his faith. Around certain issues, purification is a part of the Hindu culture.
Absolutely. But Mr. R. Rajagopalan, then are you saying that the purification rituals which were carried out earlier in the day today could also have political reasons behind it?
Definitely. For example, Meghna, the political impact will be anti-Jagan Reddy. Why Congress is silent? Pavan Kalyan is taking a Padayatra. He is going to visit 11 temples. So it has become a devotee versus Jagan Reddy. Jagan Reddy has been exposed by this type of Laddu controversy. A shrewd politician, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, turned the table against Jagan. Jagan has written a letter to Mr. Narendra Modi.
Absolutely, but Jagan has refuted those charges in that letter.
Jagan has the right to refute, but he did not visit the temple. If you see the further controversy Mr. Chandrababu Naidu raised in the Twitter, that Sonia Gandhi, Abdul Kalam can all say that they obey the Hindu rituals, Hindu culture, etc. They entered the temple. Why Jagan Reddy did not go for 5 years? Because he is Christian. That is the reason they are developing a scenario. It is going to have the local panchayat elections are going to be held in another 1 or 2 months.
Right.
This is being hyped.
Right. In fact, do stay on with us, Mr. Rajagopal.